Have you done your New Year's resolution already? Because statistics indicate that 25% of people keep their New Year's resolution promise after 1 month, and only 8% of people keep their New Year's resolution promise after 1 year. That's a 92% failure rate. This has to ring like 10,000 alarm bells in your head that something is happening that almost nobody gets, but 8% of people somehow catch something and they make it work. Last year has been huge for me because I've learned how to gain intrinsic motivation. I now love waking up in the morning. Every time I wake up, I'm excited to start the day. Everything that I do, I enjoy it because I enjoy the process. It's not like everything is easy for me and there's no struggle in life, but the struggle is now enjoyable, like the conflict of a movie or like a hard video game. I want to guide you through the exact process so that you can cultivate this for yourself. You are unmotivated when you believe significant change takes a long period of time or a huge amount of effort, when to make significant changes in your life actually just takes 1 week. And if you think I'm overpromising, then let me prove you wrong with this video. Let's start off with the most important question. How honest are you with yourself? Because if you cannot be honest with yourself, then everything falls apart. And I think this is the first mistake everybody makes. They don't introspect enough. This will take some self-examination and experimentation. Then the next step becomes, what do you want and what are you willing to sacrifice? Because it will require sacrifice, but it doesn't need to be this huge deal that requires so much willpower and effort to accomplish. Dopamine detox and monk mode and all of these wonderful marketing slogans that we have nowadays. There might be things that you really hold dear to your heart, but it doesn't need to be all at once with this huge gesture of pain and suffering. I need to admit something, okay? I lied. I admit it, I'm a liar. It doesn't take 1 week to change your life completely. Let's be completely real here for a moment, okay? I can go into a bar right now and get completely wasted. Then, with a snap judgment, I cheat on my girlfriend by kissing another woman. Then, while in this wasted state, I enter a car and cause a huge accident while drunk driving. My life now has changed forever. Like this. I betrayed the trust of the person I love the most. I betrayed the trust to myself. And now I have a criminal record, and under law, I am a different person. It takes 1 second of a decision to become a completely different person for the rest of your life. And this wasn't just an exaggerated story. This happens, and this happens often. What we fail to see is all of the micro decisions for the last months or years that led him up into this place. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. We just fail to see the link on the short term when the short term immediately guides us towards this or this other reality. And in the same way, this happens on the positive side. When you do the right decisions, the right small changes every day in your life, you suddenly end up super excited to wake up every morning and you love your life. Everybody would do the right small decisions if they are aware enough and could see where it would lead them up eventually, because everybody just wants to be happy. It is the lack of understanding of what your decisions actually accomplish or where your decisions are leading you towards that causes all of this dysfunction. Nobody would do the things they do if they knew for certain that it would let them up as a criminal offender, okay? So I hope I have driven the point home that small decisions matter. Having established that, now you need to make the honest self-inquiry. What do you want and what are you willing to sacrifice? A lot of people want to stop their social media consumption, or at least diminish it heavily. I think it's a good example to start off with. When was the last time you've spent 1 day without social media? You might reflect and think, I might actually have checked Instagram, for example, every day of my life for the last 4 years. Okay, so now you need to ask yourself, could you be without Instagram for 1 month? Probably the answer is, hell no, I couldn't do this, too painful. And you need to be able to catch yourself feeling this way. And then you say, okay, fine, I can't do this, I accept this, I acknowledge this, I see myself. I will fail, I will try, and I will fail miserably, and then I will hate myself for even trying. Okay, so could you do 1 week? I don't think so. I think it's pretty hard. What about 1 day? And now you will see this, your mind saying, that's actually too easy. Of course I could do 1 day. Have you done it? No. Then there you go. There you've got your goal. And when you have accomplished a goal like this, something that you've never done before, you need to actively realize, I've just accomplished a personal world record. This is a change of fundamental identity. You've now been the person who has spent 1 day without Instagram. And I already hear your voice, your mental chitter chatter say, Wow, I'm so proud of you. Incredible. 1 day without social media. That's what a normal person should be doing. And this is where you're wrong. Your mind actually fucks you over with your intelligence, because you should not compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to your own circumstances and to your own life. And then it just becomes a matter of fact that whatever record you broke changed your identity. Even going to the gym once when you've never been going to the gym is a huge change. Like, it just factually a huge change. And you can apply this to so many things. Nothing stops you, quite literally, to just go out of your door and go for a run. The only thing that stops you is this uncomfortable feeling of, I'm not somebody who normally does this. And this is where you push against your sense of identity. You go for a run and have this like weird feeling, this is not actually me. But once you've done it, it's kind of part of you now. Surprise, surprise, now it's more likely that you will do this again. But the identity changes in the moment. It doesn't happen over a month or a year. Like, of course, it all compounds and it becomes a huge change over a long period of time. But the significant changes don't happen over a long period of time. They happen right here, right now. And this then becomes a feedback loop. And I've lived this the last year. You suddenly transform in so many different ways because one thing has a big positive consequence on another person, and this another person tells you something positive that's happened thanks to your good habits, and then this just spirals out of control. And 1 year later, you're just so glad at your past self. When I made the decision a year ago to stop weed for a month, I didn't see coming that I would quit for an entire year. And I didn't see coming that this change made me go to the gym and change my complete vision of my purpose and my future. And sometimes it requires to fail, right? Like, sometimes you overestimate what you can do and then you need to readjust. Maybe I should try 3 days without video games this time, instead of waiting for another year to make like this huge yearly change. No, you just look, what can I do this next week? And then you try. And these small steps don't require that much effort. They actually make you feel better. And when they make you feel better, you're motivated to do them more often. And then suddenly you live a life where it doesn't require a bunch of motivation to change. And you will end up being the 8% that actually accomplishes their New Year's resolution. So that all of what we've talked about in this video can actually stick with you, you need to be very honest with yourself and realize how your own intelligence fucks you over. And it is very useful to understand the mechanics of your intelligence so that what we've talked about in this video actually sticks. So I recommend you to watch this video next that I made about why smart kids become failures.